I don't even know whether I still know how to do this YouTube video. Like, I'm just like, I've said hello, guys, for like 4 times or 3 times now. I've been gone for like almost 16, 17 days, and it's a break well deserved if you consider the fact that I've been so consistent for like 2 or 3, almost 3 months, to like almost every day upload throughout July, throughout August. Then I started also in September before I fell ill and I went on break. And it's a well deserved break because health is wealth. Like, if one of the most underrated thing in this world is good health. If you don't have money, scratch that. In fact, just remove money from your mind. But if you're sick, if you're not feeling fine, then that's when you will know that health is really the best, like the best thing, the best gift, good health that God can actually give someone that is living like physically. Enough of my rambling. So, I said in one of my videos that if you're a Nigerian, there are a lot of Nigerians in Kenya, but unfortunately, I've not seen a Kenyan in Nigeria. And I'm like, is there no Kenyan in Nigeria except one lady? And I met her on YouTube, like, but physically seeing that, maybe I just met somebody that is Kenyan, maybe as I'm walking on the streets or maybe as I'm interacting with people or stuff like that. I've not seen. Meanwhile, in Kenya, I literally just met a Nigerian brother on the streets. Like, my friend and I were talking, and he was walking behind us, and he was saying that, "Are you guys Nigerian?" From the intonation, from the accent, I already know. So just merely walking on the streets, and he already, I already saw it, and he was like, "I'm a Nigerian," stuff like that. And I was like, just walking on the streets, so you met a Nigerian. So imagine how many the population of Nigerians are in Kenya. So out of curiosity, I've been looking for maybe Kenyan restaurants, even because I did Kenyan food content recently, and I was just like, I wish I can see like chapati now. I wish I can see mokimo. I wish I can see like a lot of things that I missed eating and stuff like that. And I could not see. I was even suggesting for people to leave Kenyan restaurant name for me down in the comment section here in Nigeria that maybe I can go to. But nobody said anything, and I'm like, okay. And I came to the conclusion that maybe there's no Kenyan in Nigeria. But fortunately, surprisingly, I found a Kenyan in Nigeria, guys. Finally. Finally. I found a Kenyan in Nigeria. Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, eh. One thing I noticed is that most Kenyans living in Nigeria, they are not the struggling type. Like, in Kenya now, you can see a Nigerian that just went there for business, maybe just even squatting with someone. You know how we Nigerians, we like to migrate, like anywhere we see that we can japa to, we will japa there. But before you see a Kenyan that will just laterally just come down to Nigeria, maybe to come and also and stuff like that, is really rare. So most Kenyans in Nigeria are the one that's like, they have money, the places they are living, and maybe jobs that brought them down. And it's not all this small job, but it's all this big remote work. Like, you just know that this person has money, they use solar, they like, you can't just normally just see them around. Then this lady was now telling me that they even have a WhatsApp group of Kenyans in Nigeria living in Abuja, and like hundreds and hundreds of them are on that page. I'm like, hey, is it true? It's like, I'll be shocked by the population of Kenyans in Nigeria. Let us listen to what she has to say, because some Kenyans are blasting Nigerians and some are saying, over my dead body, I cannot live in Nigeria and stuff like that. So she shared her experience. For if you are interested in visiting Nigeria, there are some Kenyans that want to go to Lagos, they want to experience Abuja and some of our major cities here. Let's listen to what she has to say.
You'll be shocked to realize that so many Kenyans actually live in Nigeria. I live in Lagos, there are those in Abuja, there are those in Ibadan, and we all have a big community here.
I was shocked.
And Nigeria is actually an African country like any other. Funny enough, there have been in situations where I had to pick living in Nigeria over some European countries. Some places in the Europe, I'd rather stay here because I know there are many factors that come into play when I'm choosing a place ya kuishi, and when my hubby and I are deciding, okay, are we going to take up this job or not. So for us, we are here for work. And yes, is Nigeria a good place? It is actually. The people are nice, the people are friendly. It's just that there is a few of the characters who make it impossible for the entire world to trust Nigerians. Nigerians are not bad people. Get it from me. I have
Honestly,
interacted with these guys. They're
honestly.
only aggressive because
If only you
this
know.
is the world that they were born into. They came in or realized, oh, we are dealing with a bunch of corrupt people who don't care about us. So most of them are struggling to make it out. And that's why there's a lot of Japan. To Japan is to leave Nigeria, go live in another place.
Yes.
Are there challenges that we are facing? Of course, plenty. Is
I
Kenya
look
better
really
than Nigeria?
better. Should have seen
Yeah,
it last
there are some
week.
things which are really, I'd say I'd go home anytime and be in Kenya anytime because I'm a foreigner. But remember, these people are here and this is their home. They have food, they have good housing, actually infrastructure yao iko mzuri. Only that I don't know, corruption really is killing the economy of Nigeria.
Honestly,
Because
she just hits the nail on the head.
but again, I mean, for lack of a better word, Nigeria is just like any other African economy, and it's a nice place to live. Insecurity is a problem, yes, but it depends on where you stay and who you are hanging with.
If you're in Abuja,
And
Lagos,
then
there's
there is
nothing
the
like
issue
that.
of electricity. Mamboza steamer, of course, that's a challenge. And funny enough, Nigeria supplies most of the countries here with electricity. Had it been that hiyo power wangetumia kwao wenyewe, ingewasaidia, but this is the theory I get. So, you know, in Nigeria, there's this story generators, right?
Yes.
So when there's no power, we use gen, which is
yeah.
like, I'm used to it already, and it's better because when there's blackouts,
But
you
not
have
every
gen, so you are
Nigerian
never
has
really
gen.
out of power. And you can also go solar
So-
energy, which is what I use for my house.
That's why I told
Even
you
right
that
now I'm using solar, and it's a good
Kenyans
thing because it can
in
power
Nigeria,
everything
they are
in my
rich
house.
people.
But forget about that.
Poor
So this
people
gen
can't
thing
afford
is
solar.
politically engineered such that there are people who are in this business yakuza generators. That's why if they are going to supply you with electricity every single day, it means that they don't have any market.
Eh?
My generators are. It's a
This
business.
is your own
So many
conspiracy
things are
theory.
at stake. They have oil.
I've
like
never thought of it like
mafuta
that.
huku. The time I came to Nigeria, I remember petrol was going for an equivalent of about 33, 35 Kenya shillings. I guess right now it should be around 160.
Please, what's
If
the
I'm not,
exchange
no,
rate?
no, not 160.
I'm
130.
not familiar with the
Yeah.
exchange rates presently.
Bob per liter. So the petrol is also not as bad. Diesel is high because generators
Generator.
again. So the economy is
And not all
fueled
generators
by so many
use
things.
use
And
diesel.
the other challenge would be maybe the healthcare. Not good, because most of the doctors when you wazuru huku, they go abroad there. So if I wish Nigerians would find a way to retain their talent, then they would boost and grow this economy. It's like how Kenya saizi people are fighting. They're telling the president, we don't want to go anywhere. Sisi hatutaki kuenda mahali. We want to stay here.
Oh,
we are not
I
looking
wish.
for either jobs ziko abroad. But now in
Nigeria, everybody
the
is
good
tired.
talent inakuwa exported. People are mtu akipata opportunity
Chapa.
anakwenda.
I'm telling
But for
you.
me, any day, I would still pick Nigeria even over some other bigger African
European
countries, which some of you might be shocked nikisema, but I don't want to create that war. But it's actually safer in Nigeria than most other countries out there. It's only that here sasa escalate, and in some regions maybe, in some other regions unapata kuna hiyo Boko Haram and what have you, which inaitwago aje, their defense huko north, because I also live with I've interacted with people from the north, and the stories are sad, but you see all these things are political in nature. That is at least from the research I've gotten. If you have any more information of what is causing the insecurity in Nigeria to escalate so much,
you're very right.
Let me know. But you know, wakati mali penye mumeingiza hii wazungu, mkiwaleta kwa any African country, they only come to destroy. But their economy is large. Do they have resources? They do. The rich here, wealthy, not rich.
Wealthy.
In Nigeria.
You,
people are sharp here, business oriented, driven, motivated, like they're aggressive. any people who work hard, because it's a service. I call it a service industry, and it's crowded. So again, but the jobs, are they, another thing, jobs, are they well paying? No, they don't really pay as good if you are looking to come here, especially with the naira. If you're gonna come to Nigeria, maybe you want to live here or work here, I'd prefer, if you're coming,
You earn
try and
in
look for
dollars.
an international firm, or if
That will pay
they
you in
are in
dollars.
Nigeria, if they can get you in as an expert and pay you in dollars, the better, so that you
That's the
can
best.
have a bargaining power over the losses in FX. Because upper, the naira can be 1,000 today, tomorrow it is 1,400, and the
I'm telling
prices
you.
of goods change immediately. Hmm? Like today, you'd buy diapers. Personally, I am buying diapers right now. Over the last time I bought diapers, nearly by a pack of 56 yenye inauzwa about 1,600 in Nairobi. I bought it at about 4,000 Kenya shillings equivalent, na inaenda ikipanda. So some of the things are actually quite expensive, but then they offset mali pengine. So
What is Mali
that's how
Pengini?
we are surviving, and it's not a bad place to live in. Um, their culture is actually very nice and beautiful. They are beautiful people. I love how respectful they are. If you meet Nigerians, I'm going to tell you that these
Maybe
people
because you're a
ni watu
foreigner.
wako na heshima
Nobody
than
send
any
you
other
here.
people
Oh.
I've ever met out there before. They're loud, yes, because that's how they resolve their problems. They talk. They are loud, and it's not
Really?
like they are fighting. They are just naturally loud. They are not fighting. That's how they are, because it's their world. It's their world, really. And if you
Wow.
get used to them, you realize that the notion out there, it's just like how what these guys show on the TV is about the African countries. Wakionyesha Africa, they just see people who are starving, huko ndo wanaonyesha, they don't show the Africa that it is today. So Nigeria, much as they have challenges like any other place, it's a nice place to live. I would invite you all as well to come and visit Nigeria. Well, the tourism side, I wouldn't say that they fetch a lot from that side, unless you guys can educate me if the tourism industry is doing well, but no much. But maybe to see their different cultures, because they have really carried forward their cultures till date. I'm even happy when I go to school, my son is integrated into these different cultures, and they like, it's something they hold dearly when it comes to the dressing, their
Yes.
practices, their foods, like they hold a meaning, and I actually love that. I love that everything they do is being carried over for a few generations, and they're making sure that their children, the younger generation, is
Yes.
picking it up, which is something that, for me, from my country, we are losing it, because we are
More
more
westernized.
westernized, like than
That's just
any other
like
place. Yes, I
I'm
love the
going to be
weather.
leaving some comment.
Beautiful. I love warm weather. When it's raining, like right now, it's the rainy season. It's beautiful. Napenda mvua. Kuna
AC.
tumeshazoea kutumia fans na ma AC, but again, I prefer warm weather any day to baridi ya Nairobi. So yeah, that's a little bit of Nigeria. I can keep on sharing more, but it's not a bad place in general. Just that for them, the citizens, they japa a lot, wanakimbia, because what else can you do? I mean, are you going to stay in one place? You waste your life just because you're being patriot. They're not
That's
saying
it.
they're
Oh.
denouncing their country. They love their country, but sasa, you have to go out and look after yourself and your family. Bye.
So when you heard that I met a Kenyan living in Nigeria, you might think maybe like face to face or stuff like that. I was just scrolling on the street of TikTok and I saw and I was like, yo. So there's a Kenyan living in Nigeria. I'm still looking for a physical Kenyan living in. I'm still looking for, if you're a Kenyan living in Nigeria, no matter the city, the state where you are, leave it down in the comment section. I'm still looking for a physical Kenyan living in Nigeria. And a lot of things that she said, like, it's just the correct picture of how it is, except some of our conspiracy theory here and there, like when she said that we don't have electricity 247 because some generator producer or manufacturers, they will be out of business. Well, that's new. If you think of it very well, it's a conspiracy theory, but I've never thought of it that way, because even some generator producer and manufacturer, if they see light for 247 every day, every night, every time you just have light, I don't think they'll be so mad. I don't think so. And then I told you earlier that most Kenyans living in Nigeria that I've seen online, they are not poor people. She was talking about solar, talking about generator. Generator now, if you want to buy a generator now, the smallest one, I passed my neighbor, I think they confiscate that one. There's also another one that's bigger than that. If you don't have thousands and thousands of naira, you cannot afford the generator. Then apart from that, fuel now, petrol is 1,200 naira per litre. I've forgotten the exchange rate. If not, I'll be leaving it on the screen. But if you know the exchange rate, Nigerian currency to Kenyan shillings and naira to Kenyan shilling, please leave it down in the comments so that I will know. I'll check Google maybe while I'm editing this video. But the thing is, Nigeria is not a bad country at all, at all. It's a very good country. People jackpot because they cannot stay and be patriotic. They cannot stay. They said, I will love Nigeria from far. That's the slogan. They say, God bless Nigeria. We will build Nigeria while living abroad. Like, that's the main slogan now. What is gearing up now? What people are trying to do now is a protest is coming up tomorrow. That's October 1st, 2024, because October 1st is Nigerians Independence Day. 1960. So Nigeria will be 64 years post independence tomorrow. But I know nothing. I just pray people don't die, because if you go and die tall because of protest, and I'm also hearing that Kenyans, they want to do another mandamano. You people are not leaving Ruto Enori, you are really pressing his neck, and that is what I really admire about Kenyans. They are so I'm going to be doing another video very soon. I just said, it's been a while since I come online, and it just feels strange. I don't want to ramble too much. Please, thank you so much for coming back to watch my video. I hope the algorithm picks it immediately because it's been a while. If you see this video, please leave a love emoji for me down in the comment section, and happy recovery or something, because I've been so down. In fact, my face is just shining now. Last week, if you see me last week. Thank you so much again. See you guys in my next video.